Before you start listening, take a moment and think about the last obstacle you faced. Not the small ones, the real ones. The ones that felt unfair, unexpected, heavy, and impossible. The ones that made you question your decisions, your path, your ability, maybe even your worth. Because this story is about those obstacles. And by the time you finish this video on Story of Becoming, you'll never look at your struggles the same way again. There was once a young traveler named Ryan. He lived in a quiet village surrounded by mountains. The people there believed that life was meant to be simple, predictable, and safe. But Ryan felt something inside him, a quiet restlessness, a curiosity, a whisper telling him that life had more to offer than routine and comfort. One morning, without telling anyone, Ryan decided to leave the village and follow the long, winding path that led beyond the mountains. He didn't know exactly what he was searching for, but he believed that the journey itself would teach him something he couldn't learn by staying where he was. The road ahead looked peaceful at first. Soft sunlight, cool breeze, birds singing in the distance. Ryan felt free, confident, excited. But he had barely taken a few steps into the forest when he stumbled upon the first obstacle, a massive fallen tree blocking the entire path. It looked old, heavy, and impossible to move. Ryan grew frustrated. Why now? Why at the beginning? He murmured. He tried climbing over it, crawling under it, pushing it. Nothing worked. Exhausted, he sat on the ground and started questioning himself. Maybe this journey isn't for me. Maybe the villagers were right. Maybe I'm not meant for anything beyond my comfort zone. But then he noticed something. The sunlight slipped through the branches, revealing a narrow way around the tree. Not easy, not clear, but possible. And sometimes that's all life gives us. Possible, not perfect. Ryan followed the small trail and continued. As he walked deeper into the forest, he encountered the second obstacle. A wide river, too deep to walk across, too strong to swim through. The current was fierce, the water loud, and the crossing seemed hopeless. For a moment, doubt returned. Why is this happening? Why is every step being tested?
But then he saw something he had missed. Flat stones scattered across the water, each just close enough to step on. They weren't placed perfectly. Some were slippery, some wobbled, some sank a little under pressure. But they gave him a way forward, one unstable step at a time. Ryan breathed deeply and crossed the river.
Hours later, tired but determined, Ryan reached the base of a steep hill. This was his third and hardest obstacle. The path upward was jagged, rocky, and nearly vertical. The wind howled, the ground crumbled beneath his feet, and the climb seemed endless. Halfway up, he slipped and scraped his hands. Fear hit him hard. What if I fall? What if I don't make it? What if I should have stayed home?
But then he stopped and realized something. Every slip had taught him where not to place his feet. Every rough stone had shown him where to grip. Every mistake was becoming part of the strategy. Slowly, painfully, deliberately, he climbed. And when he reached the top, he saw something breathtaking. An endless landscape of valleys, rivers, mountains, and light. It was beautiful, yes, but that wasn't what surprised him. What surprised him was that he felt different. He felt stronger, wiser, capable.
And that's when he understood the truth. The obstacles weren't blocking his path. The obstacles were the path. The tree taught him to look for possibilities. The river taught him balance and patience. The mountain taught him resilience. If everything had been easy, he would have learned nothing, grown nowhere, become no one.
As the sun began to set, Ryan finally understood why life had placed those challenges in front of him. They weren't punishments, they were invitations, inviting him to rise, evolve, and become someone he wasn't yesterday. With a full heart and a clear mind, he turned around and headed back towards his village. But this time, he walked differently. Not uncertain, not afraid, but grounded. He returned not as the boy who left, but as someone who had met himself along the journey.
And when the villagers asked him what he had discovered on the other side of the mountains, was it treasure, secrets, hidden lands? Rian simply smiled and said, "I discovered the truth. Life's obstacles aren't here to stop us. They're here to shape us." In the days that followed, Rian became a guide for others. He encouraged the young, the hesitant, the fearful, the dreamers. He reminded them that the path to growth isn't smooth, it's carved by challenges. He told them that life doesn't test you because you're weak. Life tests you because you're strong enough to handle it. And whenever someone doubted themselves, Rian would say, "If the mountain is in front of you, it means you were built to climb." And now, as you listen to this story here on Story of Becoming, ask yourself, which obstacle am I facing right now? And what is it trying to teach me? Is it showing you a new path? Testing your patience? Strengthening your spirit? Making you more aware, more resilient, more capable? Every obstacle has a message. Every challenge has a purpose. And every struggle is shaping the version of you that life knows you can become, even if you don't see it yet.
So the next time something blocks your path, remember Rian, remember the tree, the river, the mountain. And remember that the journey becomes meaningful, not because it's easy, but because it transforms you. Thank you for being here with me on Story of Becoming. If this story touched your heart, inspired your mind, or helped you see your struggles differently, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with someone who needs it. Your journey matters, your growth matters, and every obstacle in your life is carving you into someone extraordinary. Until the next story, keep becoming, one obstacle at a time.